All right, and JD, back with us. You can introduce our sponsor of the Semi-Pro 600.
Thank you so much. This is one that's close to my heart. This is Mid-Michigan Honor Flight. They're bringing you this race. They have flights. They provide flights to veterans free of charge to get them to Washington, D.C., and they have a host of activities that they have available for them, including visits to the World War II Memorial, to the Vietnam War Memorial. Mark Jude is very active in this organization. He told me yesterday one of their flights this year will consist of nothing but female soldiers, sailors, and airmen, and they are going to be traveling to D.C. at the anniversary of when the military allowed women to join. So a very historic day for the ladies who will be traveling there on Mid-Michigan Honor Flight, and we thank them very much for what they do and bringing you this action.
What a great thing that is, JD. Mid-Michigan Honor Flight. Mark Jude, the flagman that you're watching out here, the flagman for MIRA, and does such a great job. And you know what, my dad, a World War II veteran, so that's pretty special that they can take those gentlemen and ladies down to Washington, D.C. That's a great gesture.
All right, so we see our Semi-Pro 600 Mini Enduro lining up again. 10 laps here. We had 14 sleds entered for this one. We'll see how many are going to take the green flag. Looks like we're going to have a pretty full amount of those takers. Anakin Bosick is first in line on the 61 sled. The 28 following of Dylan Miller that you see behind. The rest will all find their way in line again behind the Kaisner Construction Pace sled.
Yeah, the machine's making their way. It looks to be a pretty good field coming out, Nate, as they get him in line behind that Kaisner Construction Pace sled, and we'll take them around for a lap here, and we'll line them up, and we'll get ready to go. We'll do our best to try to get you the lineup formation for this Semi-Pro 600 Mini Enduro.
So everyone filing into line and getting ready to open up our final of the Mini Enduros. Again, down to 10 laps for this one. Semi-Pro 600, Spanky, kind of describe, we've seen a couple different 600 races in a row, and then of course, coming up later as well in the Pro Enduro. Explain the Semi-Pro 600 Mini Enduro and kind of the nature of the drivers and the sleds here.
Well, these are a lot of new riders or first-year riders, and with not a lot of experience. So, but this is something special, Nate. We've got, I believe, 12 or 13 sleds onto the race course here. So it's going to something that we haven't seen that many sleds out on the track. It's going to be a good one.
I just got the word from Race Control, 1 to go. The Kaisner Construction Pace sled's going to bring them around. And if you noticed on the shot, the sled sped up a little bit and slowed down. MIRA Race Control was telling this pace sled driver, speed him up a little bit because he saw a lot of smoke coming out of the engine. So he wanted to get him to warm up just a bit and get ready to rock and roll in this here.
Up in that front row, Dylan Miller, he'll lead on the inside of that front row. Outside him, the number 84 entry, that is Preston DeShano, the Auburn, Michigan rider.
So field will come into alignment once more down the backstretch. They'll find their way around to that advanced insulation start-finish line where Chief starter Mark Jude will get us the O'Reilly Auto Parts green flag, and we'll get our 10 laps underway here in the Semi-Pro 600, our final Mini Enduro of this weekend. Got the junior races, and then of course the big Turtle Creek Hotel and Casino 250 coming up later on this afternoon.
Now let's watch the start here. We haven't seen this many machines on the track, so it's a good what you're going to see later on today. You're going to get a little preview, let's say, Matt, of this one here. Nate, is you're getting ready to go.
Bosick and DeShano on the front row. To the inside is Bosick on the 61. He's got the control. A good jump coming from the second row. They'll go 3 abreast down into the first turn, opening up our Mini Enduro. Able to file their way on through. It's DeShano taking the first advantage. He'll cut off one charge that came from behind. Preston DeShano takes the advantage. Now he slips a little bit off the pace. He'll go into second. Look to charge back for that top spot as they dive off for the third turn. Wrestling on the inside is the 24 of Tanner Heatdirks. He'll battle for that lead as everyone else files on through. You see Bosick who's falling back in the field a few spots, battling side by side with Michael Berza.
Yeah, Heatdirks got a good run there. He looked down the back straightaway now. They've opened up a pretty good gap here now, probably 10, 12 sled links back to your second place machine. You're already entering that turn 3 and 4 area.
Tanner Heatdirk's Wayland, Michigan runner has got the advantage. Rest of the field stacking up here. See Bosick in front of Miller in part of that middle of the field race, but it's the 24 all out front. 8 laps to go. The 7 pulling off. That's the KMW Racing machine that will find its way back towards the paddock area as they file on through. 8 to go. Leading the way, Tanner Heatdirk's. He has a 1.8 second lead over the second place runner, Preston DeShano.
Boy, Heatdirk's has that machine dialed in perfectly as he's got a big lead now. You see him just sweep wide in the track down. Take a look down towards the inside as he makes his way off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
This is the battle for fourth. Bosick looking to charge on the back of Dylan Miller right here. Anakin Bosick on his Polaris, the red and blue machine, 61, sizing things up in the third turn here with 7 to go. Looks a little bit to the inside. We'll see how he can try to slide that one in there. For the time being, Miller keeps the position, and stalking that just behind is Steve Ullman in the 41.
Yeah, pretty good battle waging there for that third, fourth spot. Right there, you can see the machines waggle down as they into that turn 1-2 area. Down the back straightaway now. Here comes Bosick trying to challenge.
Miller was fighting it to the inside. Bosick trying to find the advantage as he had a little bit of a run, gets cut off, diving inside Miller, keeping the position for once more again. This is the jockeying in the battle for the 4th and the 5th spot. We mentioned that 41 of Ullman just kind of sitting and waiting. He's going to look to pounce on the out of position Bosick, and now he'll enter it and make it a 3-horse battle for the 4th spot.
Yeah, that machine got a little bit loose, and Bosick could get on the gas and just waggle a bit, and it allowed the third place machine to get a little bit away now as a challenge now for that 4th spot.
4 laps remaining, running away out front still. Tanner Heatdirk's is, you see the 61 and the 41. They'll battle the 28 and 4 spot, but they'll scamper away just a little bit. This is the battle for 5th as Bosick has the advantage to the outside. Here comes Steve Ullman trying to make it happen. The Waterford, Michigan runner sliding around the outside. Anakin Bosick wrestling to the inside. They go side by side. Ullman has the nose. Ullman has the place. Slide him up into the 5th spot.
You can just see how he was in some great ice out there. He hooked up and he disappeared quickly, shot forward, and he'll grab that spot now as we continue on. Heatdirk continues to lead here. He's got a pretty comfortable lead, Nate.
Yeah, they'll go by the lap traffic right there. James Kay and a couple other lappers to the inside of the track go with this battle in the back half of the top 10. It's still out front has been all Tanner Heatdirk. He's been kind of on his own lap a lot of the time. The way that the timing and scoring has been rolling over, he's been able to open up a straightaway plus advantage. It is 9 seconds right now. His gap back to the second place runner, Preston DeShano. So it is free and clear for Tanner Heatdirk with 2 to go.
Yeah, big lead, 9-second lead. That's pretty much almost a half of the track here at in Traverse City here now as we continue on in the Semi-Pro 600 Enduro.
24 will take the white flag, and he will get ready to try to pick up our final mini Enduro win down the backstretch. It's Tanner Heatdirk out of Wayland, Michigan. He rides a 2023 Polaris Axis R, and he'll wrestle that Polaris around. A little bit of lap traffic in front, not going to be a problem. Dominant win. Tanner Heatdirk takes the Semi-Pro 600 win. He slides across the advanced installation start-finish for the O'Reilly Auto Checker.
Wow, flawless ride for Tanner Heatdirk's out there as he grabbed that lead, never looked back, and he drove it onto a pretty big victory here. Nate, that rider just gaining. One of the things the riders here out on this Semi-Pro Enduro is they get track time on this track for today's big Turtle Creek 250, and that's the case of Heatdirk's here now. He's got quite a few laps already this morning out on that track as well. We've seen Troy DeWald earlier. Yeah,
we've seen absolutely no time in terms of on-track time for hot laps. The only time the Pro Enduro teams have been on the track on their Pro Enduro sleds have been for the quick 2-lap qualifying they had on kind of difficult, deteriorating conditions yesterday. So this is a huge opportunity for any of the young drivers that were a part of the Semi-Pro 600, and there he is with the O'Reilly Auto checkered flag, able to learn a lot, not just pick up the win, not just come away with some bragging rights, but this is going to be really important for setting up your sleds for your team, for sure.
No question about it there. Look at that beautiful shot on MIRA Race Vision here is Heatdirk's in that Sunoco checkered flag. Nice looking Polaris sled, sweet ride. He's the champion here in the Semi-Pro 600 Mini Enduro.
So how about that? Tanner Heatdirk's will find his way back pit side and back to the paddock where he'll be able to open up some of his preparations for the big Turtle Creek Casino and Hotel 250 a little bit later on. Heat Dirks wins our final mini enduro. He takes the semi-pro 600 checkered flag.